Hello, I'm Rose Hoos, reporting for ZTV. Joining us today is Shuya Li. She is an international student from Yunnan province in China, and she is a junior studying psychology at Azusa Pacific University. Hello, Shuya.
Hi.
Okay, my first question talks about why you chose to stay in your apartment near campus instead of returning to your parents' house in China.
Right. I kind of chose to stay, but it wasn't like a completely like a choice made by myself because I originally planned to go back for the summer. I actually bought the ticket, the flight ticket to go back in May. But like about 3 weeks ago, I was informed that the plane ticket was canceled. So I'm not sure if the flight was canceled or just my ticket, but like as a result, I just like have no way to go back. At least it seems this way. And if I attempt to buy a new like ticket right now, the only ones that are left, the prices are very expensive, and also I feel like since I do have a place to stay right here, then I think staying here isn't like a bad choice. So I just chose to at least stay here near the campus for now and probably through the entire summer. So yeah.
Now, I know that you worked on campus for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
How did the university react to the coronavirus, and how did that affect your position on campus?
I was working on campus till about the beginning of March. Then then after everything was transferred online, I was told that I wasn't able to keep working that job, even like not even working from home as a student employee. I know that some other staff in the office, they've been working from home, but just for student employees, we were told that we weren't able to work from home or do any kind of job related to that specific position after that certain date. So yeah, right now I'm not employed.
Is that affecting how you pay for housing or pay for food, like
Yeah,
when you go
it's
out?
kind of affecting, but not so directly, since I've been receiving help from the church and some other friends with groceries and some other like daily basis stuff. So it's so far things been okay, and I understand this like a special circumstance, so there isn't really anything to complain about.
Originally, you had mentioned that you were planning on returning to China for the summer.
Right.
What sort of thought process went into that decision making? What were the pros and cons that you analyzed that made you decide to return?
Right, that was actually a kind of hard decision to make. Um, I actually really wanted to just go back to visit my parents, and I know that starting from like March or even earlier than that, the situation of the whole virus thing had improved so much there, like not just in my province, but like in the entire country. I know the situation like there was, at least I considered it to be safe to be back. And secondly, I just really missed my family, and I just wanted to see them after after being apart from them for almost a year, and they really wanted to see me as well. So they were actually more eager to like have this reunion. They looked forward to it more than I did. And I think that's the pros for me. I think just to be able to be with my family again. Regarding the cons, it's there are like two layers of risks considering the entire journey of going home. Firstly, like going to the airport where like a lot of transportation is going on, and also like being in the plane for about 13 hours. Like those circumstances are like kind of dangerous, I think. Like there's sometimes not enough things you can do to really protect yourself well enough, and you never know like and the people you get to contact with, and like there are so many things to be concerned about in this entire process of flying home. Yes, and after, if I were to go home after arrive in China, the first city, wherever that is, I would have to be quarantined in a hotel for 14 days before I could really fly back to my hometown. So that's another like another thing that's like out of my original budget. So that's my concern as well. And the second risk was about the returning to the United States in fall, because we do not know, like at this moment, we do not know how the policies in both the US and China will be. If there are any changes with like students with visa, people with student visa, or any like changes that will be made in the near future regarding returning people, returning students, or like new students, then it might affect my plan of coming back to continue my study in college. So yeah, considering those two types of like risks that that might happen in the future, I just decided to stay. And yeah, and I think so far it doesn't seem to be a bad decision.
What are your hopes for the upcoming school year?
School-wise, I hopefully I will be able to graduate next year, as I like expected a long time ago. And I do hope that I can get more like self-expressive in both class settings as well as with my just daily communications with people around me, because I do value like how self-disclosure can really bond people together and really like make good connections and relationships, and that are beneficial for both me and people I get to connected with. But I also recognize how challenging it could be for my personality and my experience and some of my like self-doubts and stuff. So I do hope that I can improve in this area so that I can let people know more about who I am as a person, but also try to learn more about people around me. So that's like, yeah, what I expect for next school year for just classes, for school, but also for my like personal growth.
Wonderful. Shuya Li, thank you for joining us.
It's a pleasure.